Ben was dead the entire time. The rabbit hole starts when viewers go back and watch the episode again. Ben promises he'll carry his camera until the day he dies. Then, the camera disappears. Nobody speaks directly to him. Nobody reacts to him. Conversations keep moving around him as if he isn't there. Small details that barely register the first time through suddenly start standing out. The episode keeps showing exactly what's happening, but through Dr. Cox's version of reality. Ben walks through the hospital. Ben joins conversations. Ben remains part of the story. Yet the world around him never seems to acknowledge his presence. Scrubs had spent years teaching viewers to expect fantasy sequences from JD. This time, the disconnect comes from somebody else. The most grounded character in the series becomes the least reliable person on screen. After that, the episode turns into a puzzle of clues, with every rewatch raising the same question. Exactly when did Dr. Cox lose touch with reality? The entire series was a dream. Dick Loudon wakes up, rolls over, and suddenly, he's Bob Hartley from the Bob Newhart Show again. One scene turns 8 seasons into a dream and leaves the rest of the series open to a very different interpretation. The small Vermont town, the bizarre townspeople, the conversations that rarely followed normal logic, the situations that somehow became stranger every season. Once the finale revealed where the story came from, those details stopped feeling completely random. Fans started treating the series like evidence. The town looked less like a real place and more like a collection of ideas pulled from somebody's subconscious. Familiar faces, odd behavior, everyday situations drifting into the absurd. The ending also created an unexpected connection outside the show itself. The Bob Newhart Show eventually links into the Tommy Westphall theory, a web of television crossovers that places dozens of series inside the imagination of a single character. Follow that chain far enough and Newhart becomes something even stranger, a dream taking place inside a television universe that may already be somebody else's dream. Dan never survived his heart attack. The Roseanne finale reveals that one of the show's biggest events never had a happy ending. Dan dies, and much of what viewers watched afterward is recast as Roseanne's attempt to rewrite a reality she couldn't live with. That idea changes the way the later seasons fit together. The lottery win. The sudden good fortune.
Illinois, please welcome Roseanne and Dan Connor.
The storylines that felt strangely disconnected from the blue-collar world that defined the series. Details that once seemed random start pointing in the same direction. Roseanne even admits she changed major parts of the story. Relationships are rearranged, character outcomes are altered, pieces of the family's history are rewritten. The lottery storyline becomes one of the clearest examples. More money, fewer problems, Dan's still around. A version of life untouched by the loss at the center of it. So, how much of the Connors were we actually watching? And how much were we watching Roseanne trying to change the story? Maggie Simpson shot Mr. Burns. For months, The Simpsons turned the mystery into a cultural event. Viewers analyzed clues, debated suspects, and searched Springfield for motives. Smithers had one, Homer had one, half the town had one. Then, the answer turned out to be a baby.
Came out of the picture, I was free to wallow in my own crapulence.
The reveal shows Burns trying to take Maggie's lollipop, leading to a struggle that ends with the gun firing accidentally. On paper, the mystery is solved, the clues fit, the culprit is identified. The reaction was another story. After such a massive build-up, Maggie's role almost felt too unlikely for some viewers. New theories appeared almost immediately. Marge became a suspect, Homer became a suspect. Alternative explanations kept circulating long after the episode aired. The mystery never fully settled into a single answer the way most television whodunits do. The writers only added to that reputation by later joking about different versions of the shooting and playing with the idea that events could have unfolded differently. Most whodunits end when the culprit is revealed. This one created years of new suspects after the mystery was already solved. The family caused their own extinction. Most sitcom finales leave viewers with a happy ending. Dinosaurs ends with the Sinclair family sitting inside a freezing house while their world collapses around them. The disaster begins with a factory project. The bunch beetles are wiped out. Plant life starts dying. Chemicals are sprayed to solve the problem. More damage follows. Each solution creates a larger crisis than the one before it. So, yeah, what makes the ending so unusual is that there isn't a single catastrophic mistake. It's a chain reaction. One decision leads to another, then another. The planet isn't destroyed by an unexpected disaster. It's slowly pushed toward extinction by the same habits that had been part of the series all along. For years, Earl Sinclair follows orders from the Weseso Corporation without thinking much about the consequences. The show treats it as a joke. The finale follows that logic to its conclusion. Corporate shortcuts, environmental damage,
Gonna just disappear?
and a family sitcom that accidentally explained its own extinction years before the final scene. Rita wasn't who everyone thought she was. Michael falls for Rita and immediately starts looking for a hidden explanation. A mysterious British woman, strange behavior,
Tiny Teddy!
constant misunderstandings. At the same time, the Blythe family becomes obsessed with a possible mole known as Mr. F. The funny part is that the clues were there the entire time. Rita's bracelet literally says Mr. F. She behaves more like a child than a secret agent. Michael visits her school and somehow misses what's directly in front of him. The show keeps revealing the truth over and over while counting on viewers to make the exact same mistake Michael does. Yes, she's beautiful. Yes, she sounds like she's hiding something, but she's definitely not the international spy everyone thinks she is. The bracelet, the school, the way she talks to people. Fans point out that nothing was ever hidden. Michael just keeps interpreting them through the wrong lens. Alf was captured by the government. In the 1990 finale Consider Me Gone, Alf is moments away from returning home when the government's alien task force suddenly arrives. The field is surrounded. The rescue never happens. Alf is loaded into the back of a military van and driven away. Then the episode ends. Because the show was unexpectedly canceled, there was no traditional next season to continue the story. One of the most lighthearted sitcoms of the 1980s suddenly left its main character in government custody and faded to black. That ending created questions the show never answered. Would ALF be locked in a laboratory, studied by scientists, used for military research? The finale leaves every possibility open. The mystery lasted for years because there was no next episode to resolve it. By the time Project ALF finally arrived, viewers had already spent years imagining what happened after those doors closed. The show never had to show a worst-case scenario. It only had to leave ALF in the back of that van. Everything that came after existed in the audience's imagination. Michelle lost her memory. After a horseback riding accident in the Full House finale, Michelle Tanner wakes up with no memory of her family. 8 seasons of relationships disappear almost instantly. Danny is a stranger. Her sisters are strangers. Everyone in the house knows exactly who she is, but she has no idea who any of them are. That shift gives Michelle a completely different role in the story. Instead of being the youngest Tanner, she becomes an outsider trying to make sense of the family from the outside in. As she struggles to remember her life, the show turns her memories into actual characters. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen appear together on screen as 2 different versions of Michelle, one lost inside the memories and one trying to find her way back. Most of the episode revolves around a simple question. Why are all these people acting like they know her? And the longer that question hangs in the air, the stranger the situation becomes. Michelle is the only person in the house who sees the family without 8 years of history attached to it. For a brief moment, she's experiencing the Tanner household the same way a complete stranger would.